Right, I'm out here at the Indian Creek Valley Trail. At the Mill Run Reservoir trailhead. See if I can't show you on the map real quick. There's the Mill Run Reservoir. We're about 4.5 from the Youghiogheny, across from the gap. You see her come in on by Normalville 381. If you keep going, you go down towards Ohio Powell. But this is going to be your Indian Creek Valley Trail race course preview. I'll show you this parking lot again real quick. It's right across from Camp Christian. You'll see the big sign on 381 Camp Christian. You just turn right to your right, and it's back here about 3/10. So the plan is going to be to have registration and stuff like that set up here. Finish line's probably going to be right in here, right in front of the sign, because we can't be blocking this bridge. But we're going to start up here. Right at this bridge. I'm going to get on the other side. But we're going to try to have the start line right here where the gate is. So that's a good marker for a start line. Then we're going to go across this bridge real quick. As you see, it's got a nice little view. There's another old railroad type bridge over there. The first 2 tents, it's got some gravel. It's a little rough on a bike, but it's not bad to run on. It'll be a net downhill on the way out. Then you're going to be running uphill on the way back. Again, it gets pretty smooth after the first couple tents. But you got the Mill Run Reservoir to your right. Can't see it too well right now. You won't a second. Going to start to open up here. This is a pretty hidden gem of a trail, rail trail, going towards Ohio Powell. Doesn't really get used much, so I'm hoping the 5K brings a little bit notoriety to it, get some more people out here exploring it. As you see, there's your reservoir. You really got a nice view real quick as you're running the 5K. Now we just make this quick little left. See how it's smoothed out pretty quick? Now it's only, we'll say, 1/4 mile in, but you got this nice view to your right for the 5K. There's always a bunch of ducks and geese, a couple herons. Some people fish it. It's a very peaceful trail, a lot of green. There's really no houses back here. Well, there's no houses back on this trail. So you don't have to worry about traffic once you get past that reservoir. See how nice it looks in this little valley. You got a nice little view with some rocks on the sides. Got a bench if you need to rest already. We're a half mile in, right at that bench. 23 feet of gain, 5 feet of descent. Elevation can be off a little bit on this trail, but again, we're going to be going downhill net on the way out. So if you really want to start the race on fire, you can. Just remember, on the way back it's all uphill. You got the creek the whole time to your right. You got the hillside to your left the whole time. Well, on the way out, and then obviously it reverses. I know somebody would point that out. There's a bunch of rapids and little waterfall features down there. If it's rained a couple days prior, you have a little bunch of little springs coming off the mountainside going into the ditch. I don't know if you can hear the water. It's pretty common. But you got some cool rocks on your left hand side right now. And right after this big one, we'll call that a mile. I got 23 feet of gain, 39 feet of descent in that first mile. Got some more cool rocks to look at. Got some big ones down there. Again, I really like this trail. Stays pretty nice in the summer. It's a lot cooler than a lot of the other rail trails in the area. Plus, not being used much, it's very peaceful. Along with us, again, being in the woods, not along any highways or row of houses. All right, we just passed a mile and a half, 70 feet of descent, 23 feet of gain. And you got this big rock there. I'm gonna call this the turnaround at this black plastic pipe. Right before the, see that stuff up there? There was a little bit of a washout. So we don't have to worry about that because we're turning around right at this pipe. Or a little bit before. So again, we're at 23 feet of gain, 78 feet of descent. So we got to climb 78 feet in a mile and a half and go down like 27. So it's really not that hard. It's not really hilly, it's pretty flat. But again, you're gonna notice it a little bit on the way back. More so on a bike than you are actually running. But it's a typical rail trail grade. You don't got nothing steep, as you saw on the way out. All right, we're coming up on mile 2. So I have, right there's 2 miles, 52 feet of gain, 78 feet of descent. There you go again, you can hear the water roaring. What's nice is this is pretty wide for the most part, so you can fit like 3-4 people across. So if you need to pass somebody, or if you're getting passed, there's plenty of room to do so. All right, we're hitting 2.5, 89 feet of gain, 78 feet of descent. So then from the bench, you got a half mile to go. So remember that. If you're gonna pass anybody or turn it on and go for a PR, you got a half mile once you hit that bench and come through this little U. Again, you got a nice shot at the Mill Run Reservoir, just a different angle. And then we make the right for the last quarter mile. Again, it's going to be a little bit bumpier on a bike because of this gravel, but when I run it, I really don't notice. All right, so I hit 3 miles. I got 101 feet of gain, 90 feet of descent. As I'm coming into the finish area. All right, so I'm getting obviously 3.1 like right now. With, well, like I said, GPS is always a little off on this trail for some reason. I got 103 feet of gain, 90 feet of descent. But I also was standing on my pedals, pedaling on the way back a little bit. So that plays a factor. I'm gonna go out here to the road real quick. Again, this is where the registration and stuff will be. So the trailhead's again right across from Camp Christian. You'll see the Camp Christian sign on 381 as you come out. We're gonna have parking on the well, it'll be your left hand side now, but when you're coming in, it'll be on the right hand side, so your passenger side for the race. So when you start seeing cars, just pull behind the one and then walk up to registration. The trailhead again is about 2 to 3 tenths from 381. Now, the one thing that we're working on and nailing down permission wise is the finish line is actually probably going to be closer to this sign, We're still going to try to start at the bridge, but we're not really allowed to block this for long. So the finish line is more or less going to be in here. So close to the race, I'm going to nail down the exact distance for the turnaround, because we're probably going to come up, what is this, like 70 feet, whatever it is, from that black pipe that we actually turned around at, just so we're not blocking this gate for like an hour. That'd be the only real difference right now, but that's not really a anything major, just as a little heads up. Plus we can do a lot more here for a finish line than we can up there. All right, that will be your hopefully future race course preview on the Indian Creek Valley Trail at the Mill Run Reservoir Trailhead. So stay tuned for more information on that once I get all permissions and all the details worked out.